This video is meant to act as a warning to help you avoid a mistake that could be the difference between you spending many months or years feeling miserable and frustrated in an attempt to build muscle and or lose body fat, or to feel a sense of joy, satisfaction, and meaning from it. This warning comes from a place of my own personal experience with making this mistake and what I learned from it thereafter. I'm not exaggerating when I say it took me years to figure this out. So it's my hope that in sharing this warning with you and what I've learned, that it might save you years from making the mistake yourself. I think this warning is particularly relevant now in 2026, as it seems to be common for people to find themselves falling down this path that I've learned only leads to frustration and misery. In fact, the way that our modern culture is set up right now, I would even argue that the mistake I'm about to warn you about is largely considered to be the norm and is something that's even encouraged in our culture. In this video, as I show you footage from my latest full body gym workout, I'm going to share with you exactly what my warning is and share the details and context of what the mistake is so that you can avoid making it. This is going to be a deep one, so get ready for it. Before we get started, if you find that this video is helpful, please consider hitting the like button and subscribing to the channel. It really helps me out. Okay, let's dive in. Years of my life have revolved around fitness, around building muscle, around getting stronger, around lifting weights and sticking with my optimized eating routine. All through middle school, high school, and 7 years of university as a classical music orchestral performance major, fitness was on the forefront of my mind. Getting my workouts in was always a top priority. The state of my mood on a given day was often majorly impacted by the quality of my workout. If I progressed or not, if I felt like I trained hard enough, if I had any nagging pains I was working through, and so on. And always, and I mean always, I was and still am focused on making more progress, building more muscle, improving the symmetry of my physique, seeing just how much progress I can make for as long as I can make it. Fitness and lifting weights has been so important to me that I ended up revolving my career around it. First becoming an in-person personal trainer, and then transitioning into the work I do now, primarily as an online one-on-one physique coach. Needless to say, fitness has been everything for me. And that's actually been the mistake. Now, you might be thinking something like, hold up just 1 second. You've revolved your life around bettering your physique through fitness, something that's perfectly healthy, something that's genuinely important, something that is all about self-betterment. And you're saying that it's been a mistake? Yes, but what I'm about to say next is important, so listen in. The mistake isn't that I've been focused on fitness, it's that it's been everything for me. It's that it's been the absolute center of my life. Now, don't get me wrong. I think I'm called to pursue it, like I know others are too. I think and hope it's what I should be doing. But the problem is that, up until the last few years, it's been the literal center of absolutely everything for me. It's that I look to it, or that I look to improving upon it, as the means in which I would find this kind of deep meaning or even happiness that I've been starving for. And while after years of advancing and taking my physique to what I think can be humbly stated as to a high level, I do get some meaning and happiness from it, absolutely. I don't, however, get the kind of meaning and happiness I might have hoped for or expected I would get from it. I'm talking about filling that very deep void from within. We've all heard stories of people who have revolved their entire lives around becoming wealthy. People who sacrifice their time, energy, and even their families in the pursuit of making lots of money. And it just so happens to be the case that many of the people who are successful in doing so and make their fortunes end up becoming miserable, despite all of their success. Why is that, if it's everything and more that they've ever wanted? At the end of the day, in that circumstance, I think it's because wealth is a material thing, and what I've learned is that no material things can lead to the kind of deep peace or happiness that most people really want. And when you bet your entire life on whatever material thing you choose to pursue in hopes of finding that happiness or meaning from it, and find that it's not there, only that you crave more of it, then what's left is but to feel frustrated, tired, and miserable. Not to mention, the sacrifices that are often made along the way of seeking out material things are often not at all worth it, like quality time with your family, for example. Wealth isn't the only example of a material thing people pursue. On the other end of the spectrum, you'll find things that bring acute pleasure, like drugs and alcohol. Acquiring fame or boosting reputation is another example, or seeking out power, perhaps power over others. These are all material things that are commonly pursued in hopes of finding that piece of oneself that might feel missing. Meaning, peace, happiness. What I've learned is that, ironically, that feeling of meaning or happiness that people really crave can't be found, not completely, in any material thing. And that includes through pursuing fitness. Fitness, being muscular, being lean, strong, and healthy, and shoot, even having an aesthetic physique are all good things. And I think it can be feasibly argued that if you're going to pursue something to the extreme, doing so with your fitness rather than something like drugs and alcohol is probably better overall. But even so, I've learned that though pursuing your fitness goals is good, it's not the answer to filling that deep void inside of most people. And revolving your life around it in hopes that it will probably won't lead anywhere except to ultimately disappointment. Now in 2026, fitness culture is often glorified. I think of the big fitness influencers who glorify it. The Gymshark influencers, the pro IFBB bodybuilders, the YouTube celebrities. It's a culture that encourages fitness to be the center of your life, to worship it. But that's just it. That's the mistake. Worshipping fitness, worshipping the betterment of the body is not a path that leads to anywhere good. While fitness is good, it is still material, and again, from what I've learned and experienced, should not be worshipped or made to be the absolute center of one's life. And if my own experience is influential to you, then perhaps you can take that warning and at least think on it. Now, I want to make clear that I'm not saying you should scrap your fitness goals and aspirations. Not at all. Fitness is still good. The same is true for other material things, after all. Wealth, pleasure, having a good reputation, power to some extent, they can all be good. The problem is when they become disordered in their perceived level of importance, or when they become the absolute center of your life. So my advice is that if you have fitness goals, pursue them, but know that they ought not to be the absolute center of your life. They will bring about good. Being healthy is good. Being muscular and strong is good, and it's good for more than just you too. Also potentially for your family and those you can provide and be capable for. But your fitness goals won't fill the deepest void inside of you, where ultimate meaning and happiness is found. For me, I figured out how to fill that void. It's something that infinitely transcends anything material. To avoid teaching on something that I don't feel I can authoritatively teach on, I won't expand on it, but I will say that the void I'm talking about is often referred to as a God-shaped hole, if that provides any hint or clue. For the purposes of this video, I just want to warn against making fitness the center of your life, worshiping it, or making it your religion. Doing so is only the path to disappointment and misery. Sounds harsh, but I think it's true. The empty void inside you, though, at least from my experience, can and should be filled, but from something that, again, infinitely transcends any material thing, including fitness. It truly took me years to figure this out, pretty much my entire life, to be blunt. So now, as I continue to pursue my fitness goals, and more specifically, my natural bodybuilding goals, I aim to do so with what I would describe as no longer a disordered disposition, but one where I know that true meaning and happiness cannot and will not be found through it being the center of my life. Rather, that it's something kind of supplementary, that it's merely a part of my life. Is it important? Yes. Is it good? Yes. But is it everything? No. And there you have it. Well, I told you it was going to be a deep one. But if you're still watching, hopefully that means that it resonated with you, it was helpful to you, or that you found some relatability from it. At this point, I would love to know your feedback. Let me know all of your thoughts and insights in the comment section below. Before this video comes to a close, I want to let you know about the work that I do. When I'm not making YouTube videos or Instagram content, I work full-time as an online physique coach, where I help my clients to accomplish their muscle growth and fat loss goals by optimizing their approach to strength training and nutrition, and I coach them through the process. I've been doing this work for over 7 years and love helping my clients to not only transform their bodies, but ultimately their lives. If you've been considering getting some help with accomplishing your own physique goals, feel free to hit the link in the description below, where you can learn a little bit more about the work that I do and how I can help you. You can even use that link to schedule a free video consultation with me. If you have any questions about my coaching or how I can help you, just email me at sam@jadeathletics.ca. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.